Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We just saw Suho Shin get taken out by Marine King. We're not talking about taking him out for drinks or out to dinner.
No, not at all. It was actually quite impressive. Marine King on map number 1 defends with the 14 CC against the spawning pool, is able to cancel, uses the resources to build a bunker and a barracks, and then flies the command center over in order to start mining against Suho with the drone pool, not able to recover, not able to get ahead in economy, not able to break down the economy. Marine King, this guy is just imbalanced as hell.
He cannot be defeated.
Apparently not, at least not by Suho. Marine King therefore back to Code S, and now we have 2 additional town players who try to achieve the same goal. It is Hart and Keen.
Now Hart and Keen are going to face each other in a Terran versus Terran. Now Hart, this guy will rip your heart out with a knife, with a spoon, whatever he needs, man. This guy will kill you any way he can find to. Does all sorts of all-in builds. He does occasionally throw in a long game against you, but Keen, I think, is going to have to play on the defensive here.
Keen, a player who is getting better and better. Already a few months ago, he was sometimes really on top of the curve, but the one problem that he really often had was that he was a bit inconsistent. Now he's just stabilizing quite a bit. A very, very stable player, a good player, especially in the matchup against Terran. He has some nice builds. It's statistically speaking still not his best matchup, but he had some really great games against Polk, for example. There he is, the commander to the right.
Yeah.
Today without the khaki shirt, but to the left we have his opponent. This is Complexity's Hart. He surprised a lot of players already.
Yeah, he really has. This guy has been doing well in foreign events as well as in Korea. He's you know, been criticized by many as kind of a one-trick pony, but I don't know, man. What wins, wins, and he's been beating a lot of good players.
Indeed he has. Nigga Shipyard is the first game today. Keen looking good, looking confident here. The game is about to start. This is the GSL Code A round of 3. It is Hart against Keen, and only one of them can advance to Code S today. Antigua Shipyard once again witnessing a Terran versus Terran. To the left side of the map in the red we have the Terran player. Starting for Complexity, it is
Complexity Hart.
Yeah, Hart. Not with the heart of gold, man. Like I said, he'll kill you any way he can. And his opponent on the right side, the commander of MVP, his ideas.
MVP King.
Let's see if Commander Keen can do it again. There we have him with a newer white jersey.
Yeah. MVP known for a variety of different outfits for their team to wear. I say outfits because, you know, sometimes it's just a shirt, sometimes it's a jacket, sometimes it's, you know, a Keen Army type jacket, I don't know.
Yeah, he's the only one that I've ever seen in this particular style from the MVP team.
I think Genius wore it one time, if I'm not mistaken. Which is funny because Genius has a longer torso than Keen. I wonder, maybe they have 2 of them, I'm not sure. That's just the thing about MVP.
I certainly hope that they didn't wear the same shirt.
Yeah. I don't think it could fit.
There's Gas now for Keen.
Yeah, Gas. And Hart skipping that.
Exactly. He seems to go straight for the 1 barracks into expand.
Yeah, Hart changing everybody's expectations of him. Oh, okay. Later Gas here. 15.
Yeah, the timing is a little bit different. He basically takes the refinery just seconds before Keen is done with his. And Keen has some very aggressive builds in this matchup. I mentioned the series against Polt, and I think that he won basically nearly every best of 3 that he played against Polt. Not all of them, but a very high percentage. He seems to have Polt numbers in most tournaments that I've watched him play.
Yeah. Keen has actually been able to take out some of the best Terrans out there. It's really superb play. You know, I feel if Keen is during one of his good days, he can beat almost anybody. And Hart, with this later Gas, is going to do a Reaper expand, it seems. Getting that tech up on the barracks here. We'll just send the Reaper in for a little bit of a scout, and then we'll get Stim right away so he can help defend against any Banshee play he may encounter, which is something that Keen's probably going to send his way. And there's the first Reaper. This is basically the Reaper's last roll. in StarCraft 2 before Heart of the Swarm. Reaper expand.
We've seen a few players try to make Reapers viable in the mid game, or
Yeah.
even the early game. Like once again, a very Reaper aggressive build, but it usually doesn't work. It works if you catch your opponent off guard, but it's not a strategy that you can play over and over again. That has, a lot of time to maybe shape them out a little bit better. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but back in the days when we had the beta out, of course, the Reaper builds were really popular. Today it nearly never happens because you can't get speed for Reapers so very late now. Only the factory allows you to get the upgrade, and this is just way too late.
Yeah, I would like to see Reapers used in another way. In the Heart of the Swarm, they don't have their building attack, but they regenerate health. I still don't think that's going to change anything for them, because the fact of the matter is they just die. It's not about having the health or not. They're just going to die so quickly, but we'll see what happens.
I think Blizzard overpatched a bit when they changed the Reapers.
I agree.
Even back then when Reapers were so strong, and I say this as a Zerg player, and they were strong, but you could still defend if you had like good creep spread. It was a bit too strong, but another nerf, a little bit more subtle, would probably have done the trick as well.
Yeah, just a smaller one, I think. They didn't tweak it enough. They just eliminated it. There are some things like that Blizzard changes that I don't always agree with.
They stepped the poor Reaper in the back.
Now,
maybe we'll see a comeback at some point.
Yeah, he's trying to get in here and see what Keen is up to. He's not going to know about the Banshee. And, well, the Reaper gets attacked up here at the north. You guys didn't see that, and he does barely escape. And this is a situation where the regeneration, I guess, would be a little bit useful. If he regenerates his health and goes back up to 50 right now, he could come back in and do something else.
Reaper trying to sneak in at a different angle now, but gets taken down. We didn't catch them. There it is. The last few remnants of the Reaper. You can see them. Just a little bit dirt scattered across and around. This is his backpack, I guess.
He just falls into pieces, and that's what I mean when I say that I just don't think the regeneration wouldn't have helped him there. That's for sure. I guess maybe if he made 3 Reapers and he's bouncing them around like that, there's something else, but I'm looking forward to seeing how people start to use that. And oh, this is not good for Keen, getting caught in the middle of the map like this on the Watchtower. He may want to just try to fly around. I don't know what he's thinking here. He's wasting a lot of time with his Banshee.
He's basically just trying to pin them in the Watchtower and trying, maybe if he gets a shot off, make the smoke screen work in his favor. Getting a few shots off here, but he needs to be careful. This Banshee already took way too much damage and no kills thus far. Very well defended by Hard, who's going straight for the missile turrets. And he wants to attack with all these Marines. This is just a little bit Hard style, getting a lot more aggressive than his opponent. He has 15 Marines out already, and with all the barracks and the reactors that he has.
This is so weird. We actually were talking about the Reaper so much that I didn't even see this. Oh, he misses a stim. He went in his main base up to 2 reactor barracks with this. He's making pure Marines. Stim is done, obviously, as you guys just saw, but he's getting combat shields now in +1. This is a weird build, but I don't think it's going to be good, because there are just going to be tanks out for Keen. He already has a tank out. Siege mode's on the way. He's never going to be able to use this to be aggressive, and the more tanks Keen gets, he's going to be still ahead in tanks because Heart's just now starting his factory. This is really weird. I've never seen really anything quite like this in this matchup.
He tried to do he tried to attack with the Marines early on, but Keen, he will be able to defend fairly easily against it. There's just not a lot that he can actually do with the siege tanks in the mix and the bunker that we had earlier. It's very hard to defend against this, and of course also the Banshee whittling away the hit points of the Marines that Hard had.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, right now the Marine count 23 to 17, Keen having almost as many Marines. That's going to change with all these reactors pumping out Marines, whereas Keen only has just the one barracks, but he's also got tanks. Yeah, and he's hitting a timing.
He's moving out now. He has the siege tank mode. He has 1 Raven and a little bit of air units. This could be too much for Hard to handle. Keen is in a good position here, even though he's behind in supply. He just has the better tech.
Oh, but a nice flank set up by Hart. He may be able to hit this, but look, a bunker going down. And siege mode is done. That's exactly what I mean. Auto turret starting to poke here, be very aggressive. Here we go.
And the Marines at the side, they are so important. The siege tank's doing a lot of damage, but this flank was certainly worth it. And it is hard to take down Keen's army
without that flank, he would not have been able to accomplish this, but he does. And you know, man, from here, Hart takes a huge lead. He can start his own siege tank production if he wants to, and that's exactly what he's going to do here, moving that factory to the tech lab.
Does he have a missile turret in his main base, though? Because one of the Banshees is heading over. Now it's actually a Viking. Viking going for the assault mode here, but a bit too late. is
That was
taken
really
down.
strange.
I'm not quite sure. I don't think we caught that on stream, but there was to the left side of the top left of the main base of Hart. One of the Vikings tried to go into assault mode, but the missile turret was in position and took it out just before it landed.
Yeah, and I think that may have just been a mistake, or he just thought maybe I'll get some scouting because I'm not going to need these Vikings against this pure Marine composition right now. And Keen has a nice defense setup, but even so, Hart has this huge army again. A lot of his units on low hit points right now because he took so many siege tank fire, but the fact of the matter is they're alive. And once those medevacs start flying, he's going to be able to heal these and the army will persist. +1 is done for them.
On the third base, we now have the rocks being taken down. Hart already preparing for the later stage of the game when he might take a third base so that he has another attack set up. But this flank of Hart was actually really well executed earlier, and now we suddenly have him with the third base already coming up, but the Banshee is on its way and will at least be able to kill a few SCVs to delay this.
Yep. Gonna get one on the turret, and the command center does not finish.
No, he doesn't. He tries to go straight for the expansion, but there should be a turret in position. At least a few Marines are.
Yeah, Marines coming over here, chasing him away, and he will be able to finish this command center now.
The stim may be a little bit premature. He could actually try to take them down, but this drop is going to be the big issue.
Now he's controlling the Banshee. He doesn't want to stim again. He doesn't have enough here. He's going to the turret.
This time the control a little bit better for
Quadruple drop!
But
and his Marines are out of position. He's got a bunker and a siege tank, but that's a lot of units. He needs to unload more.
Yeah, he needs to get a few more in here.
He does the medevac with more Marines in it.
He's not unloading.
Oh, wow. This is starting to look a little bit devastating for Keen, losing the reactor on his starport as well. And outside of the siege mode, he can always just attack the SCVs. Oh, the tanks on siege just may have been a mistake. Okay, sieges immediately, and he's going to get out.
Hart is in general doing really well here in regards to the Harvester Lost. He is not only Harvester Lost, just resources lost. He's at 4,100. That's the amount of resource that Keen so far lost against 2,300 for Hart.
Yeah, he's basically doubled it. He's been so much more cost efficient here with his units.
He's ahead in the upgrades, and he also has a very good economy to fall back onto. The third base is mining by now. And he, of course, has more gas with the 6 refineries that he has. This is 134 supply against 97, and Hart is looking pretty good here. And not by the help of any kind of shenanigans, no. He just had Keen's number with the timings. Those flanks were great. The drop, it was maybe not as efficient as he hoped for, but it was still well done.
Yeah, it was. Just looking around here, Hart now has 51 Marines to 22. Siege tank count in Keen's favor by 4 to 3, but that's pretty insignificant considering how many different angles the Marines are going to be able to do their damage from. He's got 2-2 on the way. This is going to be insane. 51 Marines, multiply that attack advantage by 51. That is insane. And look at this. This is not even half of his army, but he's going to be able to push through Keen's Marines here. And as the reinforcements close the distance, he can actually fight those tanks. He can go up to the third base. Keen is in trouble. He needs to reposition one of his tanks. He needs to slowly try to get a better angle. But no, Hart is just going in straight up from the front.
He doesn't even siege up. He uses the tank in normal mode against the sieged up tanks, crushes the defense of his opponent, moves in at the third, and kills every single SCV. This is a slaughter.
Yeah, it is a slaughter indeed. The SCVs may escape some of them. It looks like about 5 will, 4. But where are they going? They're not going anywhere.
No.
Command center not mining, and Keen's starting to fall apart here.
Keen now down to 107 supply against 163. He's behind in upgrades, and he will soon be even more behind as +2 attack is about to finish. This is bad news for Keen. Hart is on the move, and he won't have mercy.
He definitely won't. This is going to be a stressful situation for him, for Keen, that is. He's going for a counterattack, but there's already a few Marines and a siege tank ready to defend, and that's too much. Even with the medevacs here.
He immediately backs off. He
1, 2, 3 medevacs will go down. He catches him.
He catches him with his pants down, backs him off into a corner, and then it's over. These units are gone, and Keen is really struggling here. He's trying to come back into this game, but it's going to be very, very tough, if not impossible. He's now up against the Terran player, against the Complexity player, who has 2 upgrades in just a few seconds. A higher Marine count, a higher tank count. Actually, in tanks, they're even 73 against 40 Marines and 8 to 2 medivacs. This is too tough. Too much.
Yeah, look at this drop. This is, well, he had a quadruple drop before. I guess this one becomes quintuple as he drops 5 medevacs into the main base. And yeah, it's made him a little bit vulnerable on the ground, but it's too much. GG, says Keen. And Hart already with an unexpected build, taking out Keen in game 1. Marines.
Very nice game here by Hart. I must say, this is not what I expected from him.
It was like he knew that Keen was going to attack him. He set up the flank and just, that was how he got ahead. And from there, things spiraled out of control.
It was very well executed by Hart, and I'm impressed. Really good job. Before we started the game, I personally thought that Keen would be the favorite here, and I guess a lot of people agree with me if we just looked at the win ratios. But, well, Hart is looking so strong in this. I'm impressed. Really well done. It was a good game, nice build, and he completely had Keen's number. I'm interested to see what Keen is going to do on the next map. He has to change things up now. Coach Choi in the booth, and he's just patting his shoulder. He's like, everything will be alright. You can do this. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, Coach Choi, just got to give him a little bit of motivation. The next map is going to be Entombed Valley. And, you know, from here, I think that we're just going to see Keen play a little bit more cautious. He kind of walked into a trap. Oh, and Alicia comes over, he says hi to us. He thinks he's on camera, but he's not.
No, not right now. It just came back.
Yeah, and he just came and smiled at us and gave us a wave. Looking forward to seeing his play this season. Alicia, great player.
Yeah, with the performance that he shows in all of the overseas tournaments right now, this is really impressive.
Maybe he can qualify this time, you know?
Well, I don't think he has to. I am pretty sure that it's a very safe bet that Alicia is going to get an invite.
I hope so, man.
At least for the up and downs.
Yep.
Well, currently the second map is about to start in Entombed Valley, as Wolf mentioned earlier. Game is going live now. This is the GSL Code A. Carl and Wolf.